it has been an integrated approach that the Israelis have taken with its attacks and strikes on the Iranian nuclear sites. Well, it looks like it's not only strikes from the air. There are covert operations that was also carried out by Mossad deep inside Iran, and there are also reports coming in that the top leadership of Iran's military has been targeted. We are getting information that Iran's chief of general staff, that is Major General Mohammad Bagheri, has in fact died in the strikes in Tehran, and has also said that it has targeted the IRGC Commander-in-Chief Hossein Salami and IRGC Aerospace Forces Commander Amir Ali. And the strikes mark dramatic escalations that we are seeing between Iran and Israel. We know that there have been several ballistic as well as missile strikes between Iran as well as Israel earlier. But this becomes a significant escalation. What we understand is that the attack on the nuclear sites is because of what Israel fears, that Iran is very close to having bomb-grade uranium, which can be used for at least making at least 9 bombs. This is what their intelligence assessment had said. Their Prime Minister Netanyahu had come out and said that Israel will not allow any sort of a nuclear genocide on its people. And he also said that Iran's ballistic missile manufacturing facilities have also been attacked, and the effort was to ensure that the regime does not use its ballistic missile capability to target Israel. He went on to say that Israel had in fact got intelligence reports saying that these ballistic missile units were preparing at least 10,000 missiles for in the next 3 years to go ahead and strike Israel, and this could be in fact also tipped with nuclear bombs, and this fear is what could have resulted in these preemptive strikes. Meanwhile, interestingly, the United States has said that it is not involved in the strikes, and that has asked Iran not to target its personnel or its interests in the region.
Absolutely, and Verghese, we have also been given to understand that on Truth Social, Donald Trump has also made a post where he has categorically mentioned that we are going to help Iran. It could be a great country, but they first must completely give up the hopes of obtaining a nuclear weapon. Also pointing out something very strong here, the threat of a nuclear attack.
Well, as of now, the biggest fear has been that one of the things that we should understand is that there has been a nuclear weapons program that Iran has been pursuing for quite some time. Though it had faced several problems with it recently, even the IAEA has said that Iran has not been cooperating with the IAEA, and that had led to suspicions whether the enriching of uranium has been in fact going on. Now, Iran has been pushing for fission bombs, and because for that uranium was the easiest way to in fact obtain it, and they in fact had pushed for a uranium nuclear bomb program, and they have been in fact researching and also ensuring that their facilities were properly defended when it comes to any sort of inspections. But lately they had been allowing certain kind of inspections, but now they had completely stopped it. This is what rose Israeli suspicion that Iran has started enriching on a faster scale, and this enriching of the uranium could lead to bomb-grade material being made, and this could in fact be part of its ballistic missile and program, and could in fact become a target, a huge security risk for Israel, and that's why Israel in fact went ahead and carried out with this preemptive strike. But Iran has said that it, as a country, it has a right to pursue its own interests, and it would in fact pursue its nuclear weapons program. But there have been negotiations that have been going on with the United States as well on stopping Iran from acquiring the nuclear bomb. But it looks like, as of now, after the preemptive strikes, it's going to become quite complicated in the Middle Eastern theater, where we are seeing tensions now escalating at a massive level after these strikes. And it looks like the strikes are not just on the nuclear facilities, it's also the killing of senior nuclear scientists as well as the top military leadership of Iran.
In fact, Verghese, something big has just come in. We've been given to understand that Tel Aviv Ben Gurion Airport has also been shut down for departures and landings until further notice, as per the Israeli Airports Authority. Apart from that, let me also come back to the statement that has come in from Israeli Prime Minister Verghese. He has very clearly said that this is our Operation Rising Lion, and we are going to continue with it as many days as it takes to remove the threats of tyrants of Tehran.
Yes, this is what exactly he in fact said. The operation that has been carried out by Israel has been called as Operation Rising Lion, and the effort of it is to eliminate any sort of threat to the state of Israel. And it looks like the stated objective is to remove the radicalized, or what they think as radicalized and extremist elements within the Iranian military forces and the regime in Tehran. But the big question is, how would in fact Iran respond to this? Because it is a heavy strike that it has suffered on its nuclear weapon sites, and also the killing of its top leadership. So all eyes will be on how Iran is going to in fact go ahead and respond to these strikes. Covert operations are still going on, is what there are reports coming in the international press as Israel continues with it. And Netanyahu in his statement has said that these operations will continue. So we don't think so this is the end of the Operation Rising Lion that Israel has initiated. There could be more significant strikes also, and as he said, it is going to continue. So all eyes on this particular theater as tensions rise between Israel and Iran.
Please stay on with us. We have got a reaction coming in from Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu. Let's take a listen to that as well.
Moments ago, Israel launched Operation Rising Lion, a targeted military operation to roll back the Iranian threat to Israel's very survival. This operation will continue for as many days as it takes to remove this threat. For decades, the tyrants of Tehran have brazenly, openly called for Israel's destruction. They've backed up their genocidal rhetoric with a program to develop nuclear weapons. In recent years, Iran has produced enough highly enriched uranium for 9 atom bombs. 9. In recent months, Iran has taken steps that it has never taken before, steps to weaponize this enriched uranium. And if not stopped, Iran could produce a nuclear weapon in a very short time. It could be a year, it could be within a few months, less than a year. This is a clear and present danger to Israel's very survival. 80 years ago, the Jewish people were the victims of a Holocaust perpetrated by the Nazi regime. Today, the Jewish state refuses to be a victim of a nuclear Holocaust perpetrated by the Iranian regime. Now, as Prime Minister, I've made it clear time and again, Israel will never allow those who call for our annihilation to develop the means to achieve that goal. Tonight, Israel backs those words with action. We struck at the heart of Iran's nuclear enrichment program. We struck at the heart of Iran's nuclear weaponization program. We targeted Iran's main enrichment facility in Natanz. We targeted Iran's leading nuclear scientists working on the Iranian bomb. We also struck at the heart of Iran's ballistic missile program. Last year, Iran fired 300 ballistic missiles at Israel. Each of these missiles carries a ton of explosives and threatens the lives of hundreds of people. Soon, those missiles could carry a nuclear payload, threatening the lives not of hundreds, but of millions. Iran is gearing up to produce 10,000 of those ballistic missiles within 3 years. Now just imagine 10,000 tons of TNT landing on a country the size of New Jersey. This is an intolerable threat. It too must be stopped. Iran is now working on what it calls the new plan to destroy Israel. You see, the old plan failed. Iran and its proxies tried to encircle Israel with a ring of fire and to attack us with the horrible attack of October 7th. But the people of Israel, the soldiers of Israel, rose like lions to defend our country. We crushed Hamas, we devastated Hezbollah, we hit Iranian proxies in Syria and Yemen. And when Iran directly attacked us twice last year, we struck back inside Iran itself. Yet in defending ourselves, we also defend others. We defend our Arab neighbors. They too have suffered from Iran's campaign of chaos and carnage. Our actions against Iran's proxy Hezbollah led to the establishment of a new government in Lebanon and the collapse of Assad's murderous regime in Syria. The peoples of those two countries now have a chance for a different future, a better future. So too do the brave people of Iran, and I have a message for them. Our fight is not with you. Our fight is with the brutal dictatorship that has oppressed you for 46 years. I believe that the day of your liberation is near. And when that happens, the great friendship between our two ancient peoples will flourish once again. I want to assure the civilized world, we will not let the world's most dangerous regime get the world's most dangerous weapons. And Iran plans to give those weapons, nuclear weapons, to its terrorist proxies. That would make the nightmare of nuclear terrorism all too real. The increasing range of Iran's ballistic missiles would bring that nuclear nightmare to the cities of Europe and eventually to America. Remember, Iran calls Israel the small Satan. It calls America the great Satan. And this is why for decades it's led millions in the chants of death to Israel and death to America. Today, Israel is responding to those genocidal calls with action and with a call of our own. Long live Israel and long live America. Our action will help make the world a much safer place. I want to thank President Trump for his leadership in confronting Iran's nuclear weapons program. He has made clear time and again that Iran cannot have a nuclear enrichment program. Today, it is clear that Iran is just buying for time. It refuses to agree to this basic requirement of peaceful nations. That is why we have no choice but to act, and act now. The hardest decision any leader has to make is to thwart a danger before it is fully materialized. Nearly a century ago, facing the Nazis, a generation of leaders failed to act in time. They were paralyzed by the horrors of World War I. They were determined to avoid war at all costs, and they got the worst war ever. They adopted a policy of appeasement. They closed their eyes and ears to all the warning signs. That failure to act resulted in World War II, the deadliest war in history. It claimed the lives of 60 million, including 6 million Jews, a third of my people. After that war, the Jewish people and the Jewish state vowed, never again. Well, never again is now. Today, Israel has shown that we have learned the lessons of history. When enemies vow to destroy you, believe them. When enemies build weapons of mass death, stop them. As the Bible teaches us, when someone comes to kill you, rise and act first. This is exactly what Israel has done today. We have risen like lions to defend ourselves. Over 3,000 years ago, Moses gave the people of Israel a message that has steeled their resolve ever since. Be strong and courageous, he said. Today, our strong and courageous soldiers and people stand together to defend ourselves against those who seek our destruction. And by defending ourselves, we defend many others, and we roll back a murderous tyranny. Generations from now, history will record that our generation stood its ground, acted in time, and secured our common future. May God bless Israel. May God bless the forces of civilization everywhere.